That's quite seamless, isn't it? It's easy enough.
Signpost have been working with the tour for many years now, but just recently we've been asked to provide expertise regarding COVID. What we've been doing is devising safe perimeters within which everyone involved can actually work in a COVID-free environment.
Just 1 second.
If you look at the process that we have put in place with Signpost, it's about decreasing risk. When they arrive at the venue here, everyone gets a temperature checked. They'll also have a PCR test that's taken and only takes 2 to 4 hours to get back, which is much faster than any other professional sport.
There we are, well done.
Essentially, you can break testing down into 3 steps. One is actually taking the sample and preparing the sample, and with the swab we actually pop it into the oropharynx, back down the throat of the patient, and then we're going into the nasopharynx, and we're going quite far back. There's always a bit of discomfort, but inadequate swabbing can create a false negative, and if we don't swab properly, we end up with a person going into the perimeter who's not been properly tested and could be transmitting COVID.
Yeah, you can just take the exit there.
Thank you.
It's not really pleasant, but I think European Tour did a great job for us to be able to go back on tour. So that's the most important. This is part of our job at the moment.
The next step is to take this sample and then to prepare it. And what you're doing when you're preparing it is you're actually extracting the RNA from it. So once you've actually extracted the RNA, that's the end of the second step. The third step is to put it into the polymerized chain reaction machine, and when it's running through that, then it's amplified up enormously such that you can see it.
Everyone's heard of DNA. DNA is actually really boring. Life started as RNA. The virus's genome is RNA, so we have to extract the RNA. We then take the sample, having extracted it, onto these machines which purify it. It runs it through there and then it washes it several times. They end up in these little tubes, and we have a small volume in these little tubes. We then take that purified nucleic acid to a further step up here, and we do something which everyone has now heard of, which is PCR, polymerase chain reaction, which, if you're quiet and you watch Annie, maybe from a distance, she is loading the final volume of material. The final volume is 8 microliters, 8 thousandths of a milliliter, and then the polymerase chain reaction amplifies that. From that we can tell if there is any virus. So this one is running at the moment, and that shows us there is no virus in any of these samples.
Signpost has been an incredible partner. Incredibly proud to be part of this organization, to see us do what we're doing right now. And in this time, one of the most important, if not the most important part of your staff is your Chief Medical Officer, and that was Dr. Andrew Murray here guiding us. He has put together a plan that is nothing short of brilliant.
Nice and still, good, quite far back. Well done.
It's a completely different world for our players, for our caddies and for our staff. To have good processes in terms of symptom checking, temperature checking and PCR testing, it gives them the comfort and the confidence that they can get on with the golf tournament. It's going to be an extremely important part of what we're doing for the European Tour for all of this year and probably next year.
That was easy enough, Doc.